This is the day that the Lord have made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, this Monday morning's devotion are for those who feel like giving up, giving out, and giving in. We have to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we do feel like throwing in the towel, like we can't do it no more. We're tired, and we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if we're honest with ourselves, even doing God's will cost you something. Sometimes to the degree and to the point that you're famished, you're depleted, you're demoralized, you're discouraged, you are in distress because so much is going out and ain't nothing being poured in. To you, I want to minister this morning. What do you do when you're done? When you're just tired of it? Relationships, marriage, work, ministry, preaching, teaching God. What do you do when you're done? Elijah helps us. Elijah was so sick and tired, he says, Lord, I ain't doing it no more. Take my life. I've been jealous for the Lord, and your people ain't doing the right thing. They ain't even worshiping right. First thing you need to do is not internalize your issues and your problems. You know what I mean? What's going on outside of you sometimes ain't got nothing to do with God's will for your life and God's love for your life. God is always validating us. And what you got to remember when you're going through stuff like that and when it feels like the walls are closing in on you, like you're in the dark or in a cave, you got to realize that God still loves you. Never internalize other people's issues and other people's problems and make those your own. Elijah forsook his fellowship. He left his servant in Beersheba. Never forsake your fellowship. Always know that you're loved by God. He says right there in verse number 11, you got to pick it up. Go forth in the name of the Lord. Climb to the highest mountain of worship. Stand before God because you're going to get rest, you're going to get revelation, and you're going to get a reassignment that comes from God. Rest for your spirit, rest for your soul. You're going to get a revelation that comes from God. You're going to hear a still small voice, but you got to be in the right place at the right time, and you have to be attentive to what God is saying to you. And sometimes God don't make a whole lot of noise, not in the earthquake, not in the wind, not in the fire, but when God reveals himself to you, sometimes it's in a still small voice. And once you get God's revelation, you then get a reassignment. God sometimes don't take your burdens, he don't take your problems away, but sometimes he'll give you enough revelation for you to deal with the situation and the circumstance that you got to deal with. He didn't move his mountain out of the way, but he gave him the strength to climb. What do you do when you're done? Rest, get a revelation, and then get your reassignment. I hope I am encouraging somebody this morning that's depleted, demoralized, discouraged, just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Go forth in the name of the Lord. The Lord knows, he sees, and he cares. Rest, get a revelation, and get your reassignment. Till the next time, God is good all the time, and all of the time, God is good. Be blessed.